Welcome. Welcome to Watching with Styles. Y'all, I don't think your boy is ready. I'm still looking at this is the first half. Now I gotta find the second half. And my computer's lagging. But it doesn't matter because you know right now, you know from jump. I have at least what? A couple minutes of commentary. So I had to go find my remote because I had to turn off the game, mute the TV. But I don't know, y'all. This this shit is hard. This shit is hard. It is hard to stomach some of what's going on. And it's hard because I know what it's like to lose. Trust me. So it's hard to see 3 or 4 minutes of making make sense. I don't even know if that's long enough. I don't even know if I can make it make sense, Steven. I know what it's like to lose, but I don't know what it's like to lose when you have a talented team. Not only a talented team, the the issue I have is you have a pretty experienced team. Experience usually trumps talent sometimes. And to have both at your disposal is frustrating. To have both at your disposal when you have had two disappointing seasons. Not disappointing for the program history, but disappointing for the strides that were being made within the program. Like I've said many times, progress is not linear. It's not. If you look at any of the major programs, you look at Alabama, you look at Georgia, you look at fucking LSU, which I know well about because LSU, when I was a kid, wasn't great. LSU as a program was decent, but they were not great. Even with all the in-state talent that Curly Hallman, I'm a little petty, Curly Hallman allowed to leave the state. I want y'all to think. Curly Hallman had Warwick Dunn. He had myself. He had Kevin Franklin. All in the city of Baton Rouge. All in North Baton Rouge, which is part of Baton Rouge that is close to LSU. And they only got one of us. And the only reason Kevin Franklin stayed because he didn't want to move away from his mom. Kevin should have went to Florida. So I know what LSU football was like. I mean, you can think about Alabama history in the mid 90s, 2000s. That wasn't great. You can think about, fuck, I beat Georgia in my senior year. Like, the programs are not linear. Look at the program that has fallen off, like Nebraska, like USC after Pete Carroll left, Florida, like Florida State, like Miami, like Penn State after Joe Paul left, fired, whatever they call it, whatever happened with him. Like the progress is not linear. And I'm just stop it like that because it's maddening how when facts are brought up, it's like, oh, so I guess we can't be a winning program. No one says that. I think we have to. It's like it's like when you're dating. Like some of us will not get to the the high echelon of talent. We're not in the same rooms. We're not in the same. We don't have the resources, so we have to date on our level, maybe a step above, but you ain't going to the top of the mountain. And you know right now that you don't have any chance of it. What's the top of our mountain as a program? I don't know because I thought 8 wins was the top of the mountains, and that ain't the fucking case because we won 10 games twice. Once I would have said that's a fluke, but damn, we did it twice, so that's not a fluke. So, I think it's crazy that people think Kentucky can't do better than Stoops. So Jay, here's my thing with can't do better than Stoops. People thought they could do better than Spurrier. Are you going to be able to stomach going through the shit that Florida went through after Spurrier left? Then they got into Urban Meyer, and look how Florida been. Like it's not a definite, and honestly, it's not a definite with Stoops. So the thing about it, you can't do better than Stoops. I can't say you can or you cannot. I don't know. Whoever you bring in is going to still have the same issues that we have currently. What we have currently is a player issue, a leadership issue. So, are you saying that someone can get us to 10 wins again? Because you say someone can get us to 10 wins again, that's not better than Stoops. See that's the crux of the matter. When you say can't do better than Stoops, that means the next guy got to get to 11 wins. That's going to be an even tougher ask now. So, are you tired of Stoops? I understand it. I totally get it. The crazy part about this is, and this is what I continually say. When we beat Ole Miss, no one was tired of Stoops after that win. I heard people mention, "Oh, Stoops is back." I don't think, as a coach, you did anything better in the Ole Miss game than you did in the other games. Not if they have a better grasp on NIL and are a leader. Okay, here's better grasp with NIL. I've heard from multiple angles that um that our NIL is better and in greater shape than most of the SEC. Now that's what I've heard. So I don't know how true it is. I can't tell you because that's not that. First of all, it's not tangible, and I'm not in it, so I'm gonna stay out of it. A leader of discipline. I'm choosing my words carefully. This leader of discipline has been an issue since day one because he's a player coach. No one was saying anything about the discipline issues when that Lynn Bowden had. Um, Stoops and Nick Saban has made statements about certain players that have experienced certain life experiences at that age. That some of them you have to give them chances because if you don't give them chances, the fear of them going to a going back to a certain situation is not what them as leader of young men should do. And I get it, but I want you to understand that I tell my kids this and I tell my players this is coaches are human beings. If you can tap into their soft side, you have an advantage. And there are some people on this team right now that I think have tapped into a soft side and has taken advantage of it. I totally believe that. I want people to understand that I'm on that side too, because that's how I was coached. That's how I was led. Accountability was different back in the day. As a coach of kids now, those things that were done in the 1900s, you just can't do anymore. For a multitude of reasons. There's many layers to it. The crazy part about it, here's what the crazy part about it is for me. And this is why I get into the issue with players, is that I know coaches on other college teams. I know people who are involved, not coaches, but involved with other programs. And this accountability entitlement issue goes to all the programs. I mean, right now, it's been a running joke by the University of Georgia and DUIs. That's a discipline issue for one of the best teams in the country. Continually, not just one off, continually issues with the program. LSU has had issues with this program. I mean, the ones that are obvious is Darius Geis had issues with abuse. We have seen that in other programs. There have been other programs that have penalty issues. That's a discipline issue. We are not the only one. The problem is this is when the problem is when you start facing adversity, then it's like, whoa, discipline. It wasn't a problem when we were winning. Now it's a problem. And it's unfortunate. I can tell stories about parents and their kids and them defending their kids, knowing that they did bad. I've seen a lot and I've heard a lot. That 2018 team, for example, had mad issues. But they had dudes in that locker room. Like AJ sent me a couple tweets from Georgia game and how their leaders led in the game. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't see it with us. As Kirby Smart said in one of his post game interviews, he challenged the leadership of the team because the leaders are the liaisons between the coach and the players. As I continually say, I've seen it, I know it, I feel it, I've been there. The greatest disappointment from a player, I'll say this, I won't say that from a player because I can't say all, because I know some guys don't give a damn about anybody. The greatest disappointment that I felt is from one of my teammates looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? That's the greatest disappointment. Because for me, if I watched that guy on film bust his ass and I fucked up for some stupid shit, then it's like, damn, he bust his ass and my little ass out here fucking around being selfish. Been there, done that. the look from my teammate carries way more weight than a look from an old ass coach. I'm just a coach who might not have played, who might not understand. So, been there, done that. Does it? I don't know, Jay. I don't know. I will say this: it doesn't seem like there's a leader that the players respect, or been there, done that. The hardest thing, man. I'm telling you. That's why me being who I am, a little, not a little, an introvert, allowed me to not give a fuck. I honestly don't need to be liked. I don't strive to be liked. Um in my life because I had some issues as a young kid. I used to stutter, so I said fuck people. That's pretty much what it is. People used to tease me as a young guy, so I was like fuck people. So I really don't give a damn if you like me or not, as long as you respect me. That's all I require. I don't need everybody in the world to pat me on the back. Hey man, you the greatest. That doesn't. I don't thrive off of that. And it was easier for me in my life to be a leader because one thing is I knew I was practicing hard and I knew I was giving my all. So I felt like I had the ability to say some shit because you can't say, well, Van, you ain't working hard. Whatever I say, I'm going to believe and try them on. And if I fuck up, I'm going to own up to fucking up. I see you, Jay Hayes. So for me, if I felt like something was going on and I didn't like it, I will fucking tell you. Oh, look, looking back on it later in life, is I just want people to remember we were 1-6 my senior year, and I got Coach Curry fired. And during those weeks, dude, I had a shit ton of meetings. I know the players like, fuck, dude, why we gotta have another fucking meeting again? Because for me, let's let this shit out. Don't let it fester. Let this shit out. If you got concerns, fucking stop belly aching behind people's back. Let's let this shit out and be like men and confront it with each other. That's how I felt. I don't know, Jay, if we have that kind of leader on this team. I just don't. I hope we do, but I'm not sure. Because the shit that I see week to week, and no one jumping on anybody's ass, it's a problem. It's a problem. So I'm not sure, man. And that's why I'm not sure this can be rectified. But here's the crazy part about it. This team is so damn all over the place that I don't know what we're going to get this week. Last week was the first time in recent history. I don't want to say ever because I can't remember ever. Last week was the first time in recent history that I could not say what I felt like the game was going to be, right or wrong. Now on the locker, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesdays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was pushed to the make a decision, and I'm like, I don't think we're gonna win. I was pushed. Well, Van, this and that. AJ actually said, "Well, Van, how the hell you going to for 2 weeks tell me that we're gonna beat Ole Miss, and then you can't make a decision on this?" I'm like, dude, because I don't have a feeling, because I don't know what team we're gonna get. So I don't know, man. Crazy part about it, y'all, is it was 13-6 with an interception inside the 10-yard line. And when Story intercepted, I'm like, he's got to score because we're not going to fucking score probably. I was thinking at least a field goal. But 13-6. And if you didn't watch last night, they fucked us on the spot. They fucked us on the spot and then gave them a touchdown. Like, make it make sense, y'all. I don't know. You guys have heard, I know I've said on this show. I don't know why it's happening to us now because I'm a believer and everything happens for a reason. I don't know. Is it a chance for I don't know, man. I don't know. Like the bad thing about society is that someone has to be the reason why. And as I said on the locker, people get it confused that Mark Stoops is making $9 million. Mark Stoops is making $9 million because he started out at $3 or $4 million and kept progressing the team and won 10-win seasons and multiple above 500 SEC records, which has not been done consistently in program history. When you get the likes of Lane Kiffin, you get the likes of Lincoln Riley, you get the likes of Mike Norvell, some of these other coaches, Brian Kelly, that been at these institutions less than 5 years or less, and making more than Stoops. They started off that high. Stoops didn't start off. Stoops had to earn his way to 9. These guys started out at 9. I want y'all to understand that. He's making 9 because he's been here 12 years and progressed the program to 2 10-win seasons. These other guys are starting off at fucking 9. Norville's been at Florida State, 3 years? Lincoln Riley's been at USC, 3 to 4 years, maybe 5. Brian Kelly's been at LSU 3 years. Mike Norvell's been at Florida State 3. It's fuck. CJ, I don't think y'all understand. Hold on. Let me pull something up. See, y'all want shit to be linear. And sports ain't that way. I'm going to just pull up some teams. I'm going to pull up some teams. For y'all to understand that y'all call it regression, maybe it is it's leveling out. And that's hard for y'all to grasp, but maybe it's leveling out. Unless y'all just automatically thought that we're going to have consistent 10-win seasons for forever. I'm getting there, y'all. I don't think y'all understand how hard it is to win in this conference. I'm going to pull up Iowa. Y'all, here's Kirk Ferentz records. I'm going to highlight them so y'all can get it. This is, it doesn't, it highlights the whole. Kirk Ferentz 1 win, 3-7, 11, 10, 10, 7, 6, 6, 9, 11, 8, 7, 4, 8, 7, 12, 8, 8, 9, 10, 6, 10, 8, 10, and now he's 4-3. There is no linear part about that program. Let me go. Somebody said Florida State. See, now y'all want to move the goal, but you gotta be consistent beating SC and Vandy. So SC and Vandy can't win games against us. I'm gonna just tell you this: Vandy won 5 games in a row before I beat them my senior year. So just automatically think that it's just a formality that's going to happen. Florida State lost to Duke for the first time in program history. Florida has consistently out-recruited us. But let's say, but even though we beat Florida 3 times in a row, now it's like, oh, Florida beats us. That's a problem. Jay, you crazy. So Florida State, Bobby Bowden went through these years. We all know they were hot. Then Bobby Bowden went 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 7, 9, 7. Look where Florida State is. Jimbo at the last 7, 5, 6, 3, 5. Then they get 2 up. Then now they have 1 and 6. Who beat us 3 years in a row? Who beat us 3 years in a row, Jay? Vandy or SC? But now, what happened when we beat SC 6 years in a row? What happened when we beat Missouri 5 or 6 years in a row? See, now, when the tables are turned, now all shells broke loose. Like, the expectations that we just going to beat these teams is a falsehood. Should we have lost to SC? Probably, definitely 2 of those years when we had to play Kyle Sharon 1 year, and this year, probably not. When we went up there and scored 14 fucking points, yeah, probably not. But shit happens. Should Vandy have beaten Bama this year? Like, all this shit about, oh, it shouldn't have happened to us is bull. It happens to everybody. Okay, Jay, we should not lose to anybody. We should be undefeated. We have all of the history, resources, the best. We are the top recruiting team, top recruiting budget. We have all the best stuff. We shouldn't lose to any of these fucking teams. Like, we just should beat them because we are the great Kentucky. So, Jay, Vandy can't beat us. So we should never lose to Vandy, although Vandy just beat Alabama. Now, so you're going to lose to Vandy twice at home, which is bad. I'm not saying that, but you're going to lose twice to Vandy, right? And now that requires you the program sucks now. When James Franklin was kicking our ass, we shouldn't be losing to Vandy. Like, that's just, in this conference, I'm just going to leave it at that. What's good? Thanks for doing these, man. Can't wait before. All right. Jay Hayes being the contrarian he is, and I love him for it. But let's get into this tape. Because I can't. This, like, oh, shit. Am I? Okay, here we go. Thought I was going to be kicked out, y'all. See, that's the thing. Everybody has to find a reason. Jay thinks Stoops checked out. People didn't think he checked out after the Ole Miss game. I haven't been in a situation since I've been coaching where there was not a way to tap into something. He doesn't know what to do. I don't think Coach Stoops has an answer. I think this is the first year that he doesn't have an answer to the problem. And he's dumbfounded. I guarantee you that he thought these last 2 weeks, definitely this week, that this team would perform. And they got on that field and had adversity and couldn't combat it. 13-6. Interception to the 10-yard line. We don't score. They dick us with a spot. And they fucking turn around and score on us. And now it's 20-6. We never got past that point. What can you do as a coach at that point? All y'all think, well, you can do this great ass speech, you're gonna sit somebody down, and we act like we got an All-American that's behind the All-American. This is not Georgia, LSU, Bama, where they got All-Americans that's playing behind All-Americans. Maybe Jay just wanted to watch a game. Look, I'm going to be honest with y'all. 100% honest with you. I think it's great that we're at the point in this program where people are fucking pissed off at not winning. In the past, people were pissed off as being embarrassed more than not winning. I don't think you understand that. I'm going to say when I played, I don't think people expected us to win most games, but they expect us to at least play hard. Now we're in a situation where that it is great to hear fans get pissed off that why can't we win 10 games more often? I like that. I love it. I love the support, the intensity of fans. However, to win 10 games in Lexington is very difficult. I don't think people understand for us, winning 10 games is not a norm. I just like for example here, I just showed you Florida State. Look at their double digits. Look the double digits. Now, look at this though. See that little drop period? 7, 5, 6, 3, 5, but then they got double digits sprinkled all. Then they get a 9, they get a little dry period again with Bobby Bowden. Look at the dry period. 7, 9, 7, 8, 9. Then they get double digits. Then they got a shitload of double digits, right? Look at the amount of double digits wins since Bobby Bowden kind of, I guess it's not in the middle of his. Look at the double digit wins Bobby Bowden. Now remember, they were not playing 12-game seasons. They was playing 11 back in here these days. And look at the double digit wins. Look at the double digit wins prior to him. Not many, right? But at least they had some sprinkling in there, right? That's pretty damn good. That's an expectation from a program in a hotbed for good talent, historically one of the top 3 talent pushers in the country. All right, now I want y'all to look at this. Because here's the crazy part. When you bet, when you place wagers on teams or on games, there is a historical analysis to why you bet for and bet against a team. So I want y'all to look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. Them some badass numbers, right? Look at these numbers. These numbers are not great. This is all the way to 56. Look at those numbers. How many, I mean, we talking about double digits. How many 7-win seasons do you see up in here? Like, it doesn't happen often. Look how many conference above 500. Do you see many 5-win seasons in here? All the way to 90. How many 5-win seasons do you see in here? I only see these 2. So it's hard. I get it, because here's the deal. Some people only remember. Some people, some young kids, and some older guys forgets. You only remember from 2018 on. And it's pretty damn good. COVID year was the only down year. We went 10, 8, 10, 7, 7. And it's great that right now we are pissy mad at these 2-7 wins. But I want y'all to understand, how many times have we won 7 in the 2000s? Right? 1, 2, 3. And then it's all Stoops. 1, 2, 3, and then it's the Stoops years. That's just a fact. So it's interesting for me when someone speaks facts that all of a sudden it turns into, oh, you don't think our program will be better? No, I'm just speaking. There's a reason why we're here. I'm going to do one more and then I'm done. Because then people start talking about this team. Without knowing the history of Mizzou. Look at these Gary Pinkel years. Them double-digit wins. Those are double-digit wins. Then they let go of Pinkel, and then it went downhill. Then Drink had 1 year, and now let's see what happens. See, Jay's going to hit you with that. Jay, that what you stating are facts. We also lost to fucking Florida 40, 30 sometimes in a row. If you look at our South Carolina history before Stoops, it ain't great. If you look at our Vandy history, I can only speak for when I was here. It was 1 for fucking 5. So, all right. I understand the perception is a perception. And like I said, I love that it's gotten to this point where expectations are extremely high. That's a fumble. He threw that ball backwards. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching the game. I understand expectations are different, and I love the expectation. I'm giving you some Florida fucking the down shit is okay, man. I ain't even get to the down film, and this is a fucking, and I hate this. But I know what Jay Hayes is doing. Jay Hayes is making this fun for me. That's 2025. That year's not over. 2024. Where's Florida ranked? 6. Where are we ranked? 2023. Where's Florida ranked? Where are we ranked? 2022. We beat Florida once. Jay Hayes, Florida guys should be on the hot seat because this is why Florida guys should be on the hot seat. Yes, he should be. He damn right should be. He should be on the hottest of hot seat. Because you know why? He's in a recruiting hotbed. And look at the history of Florida. Look at the double-digit wins. Look at them. Look at the double-digit 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We don't have half of those in the whole program history. You damn right their coach should be on the hot seat. But I'm going to say this. To me, I think Florida's downfall is when they fired this guy right here. He won 10 and won 9, then they have a bad season, then they fire him. I think the football guys are coming back. That kind of shit you can't do. Oh, well, I guess you can because that's what we want to do. Now, you can do it and cross your fingers that you find a guy like this guy, Urban Meyer. I don't know. Jay Hayes, how many we beat Florida? How many times we beat Florida? Did we not beat them? We beat them in one of these Mullins years. Let's see. 2019? Did we beat them in 2019 or 2018? Kentucky. No, they beat us 29-21. We beat them, had to beat them the previous year. Kentucky. We beat this team in 2018 when they had one of their better record. So you talking about a down team that has more talent than us. A down team. See, this is the thing, and then I gotta go to the tape because I don't want to be here all day like I was yesterday. I can't. Jay Hayes wasn't here yesterday. We were saying Florida has a down year in respect to their program history. I want this to be understood. Florida is having a down year based on their history of football, recent history of football since the 90s, since Steve Spurrier got that. Steve got that in the late 80s. It's a down year because they have won national championships. Multiple. It's a down year because they have unbelievable talent at their back door. It's totally different. So, like I said, it's better to talk like this than it was if I was the guy who was doing these analysis during the 90s when I played. I want you. It's better to be having these conversations than it was if another person was having a conversation with y'all back in the 90s. Because your boy won 15 games in 4 years. I won 15 games in 4 years. In a 4-year span, in those 10-win seasons, we won 33 games. In the same 4 years, I won 15. They won 33. It's wild. Florida has the best recruiting besides Texas. And you got to add Georgia in that mix too, Kendrick. Georgia has some fucking ballers. I don't think y'all understand this. I did have the interception 96, Matthew. I should have fucking scored. And I'm a little inside information is my dumb ass ran across the field and Hines Ward punched the ball out. I actually fumbled the damn ball. That was a fumble. They should have got that ball back, but yeah, I did get a pick. If I would have went down the sideline that I intercepted on, I would have probably scored, and that would have been my second pick six. They are going. Jay Hayes, Florida's still getting that lion's share of damn good talent. Where they're going to is, I'm gonna say you this. This is a fucking crazy part. As a guy who knows some high school coaches in Florida. Florida doesn't pay their coaches a lot. You know who does pay coaches a lot? Georgia. Florida losing a lot. Florida. This is what's hurting Florida, in my opinion. I have no hard data on this, but some of your better Florida coaches are now coaching in Georgia, and so now Georgia is linking up with these old Florida coaches, and now they're getting some of those. It's a crazy thing. But Florida football coaches ain't paid shit. Georgia football coaches, I can show you a list of. You can do your research on the highest paid high school football coaches in America. Georgia's paying a shit ton of money. And the other thing about the Georgia coaches and the Bama high school coaches, them fuckers don't have to teach a fucking class. They don't have to teach a class, y'all. Not even PE. They are paid handsomely to just be a fucking coach in high school. Listen to me. In high school. The only difference is their ass can get fired, though. Like, easily fired. Like, you don't win enough games, your ass is out of there. But these guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. to coach high school. Not 40, not 50,000, 6 figures. Coach Chandler, don't tell me how much you're making, but are you making close to $100,000, Coach? I know you're not. It's a difference, y'all. Football, look, and this shit, I'm at 40. Look, I've never been to a Texas high school stadium ever until recently. Here's how crazy this is. So I'm a track guy. So we run AAU, and AAU has their destination spots for. We working like we're making. I know, Coach. AAU has destination spots. The destination spots right now for AAU. Listen to this closely. Is Drake University, is North Carolina A&T, and a fucking high school in Houston. I want y'all to understand that. This high school is able to host the best in the country. There are thousands upon thousands of athletes. Thousands upon thousands of athletes. They have a fucking stadium, double-side stadium with enough room to hold track meet for a shit ton of kids of them. Unbelievable, y'all. And that was a high school. And that's not the biggest. I drove by one like, this motherfucker's bigger than the one we had. With enough parking. Look, this school had enough parking. North Carolina A&T has no parking. This school had enough free parking. This school had enough area to put up a tent city where everybody can put up their tent in close proximity to the stadium. Other places, you got to walk for forever. It was right by the damn stadium with free parking. Texas is a different animal. My son is at Rice, J. Hayes, Rice University in Houston. All right. Hoptown boy said, Carrollton, Georgia coach Joey King is $225,000. Y'all, I want y'all to understand. He's making almost $250,000 coaching a high school. Is this the guy is Joey King the one who came from Florida too? Did Joey King come from? Joey King didn't start at, wasn't he in a college? That name sounds familiar, Hoptown. Did Joey King coach like at, I know I'm just going to throw out a college. I don't think this is right. Like a college like that's equivalent to Appalachian State. And he was like a coordinator or something. He left that and became the high school coach. Was that US? I knew it was something like that, man. Yeah. All right. Although JD knows damn well not to come in until at least 45 minutes. JD, I'm disappointing you for coming on too early. Yesterday you came on what? An hour and a half late? You know you can't come on at I guess it's 10 p.m. your time. Come on. All right. Y'all. Now my software froze up because I've been sitting for too long. I'm sorry, JD. I'm sorry. All right. I'm so pissed about this score because it shouldn't have been this. It shouldn't have been 27. At worst, it should have been 20. And I don't give a damn about this is the shit, and it pissed me off. Is we saw SEC Network and some people put out, Barry Brown, another kickoff return. Barry Brown was a cause of one of these touchdowns, though. He catch the ball. That's 20. And maybe we're at 13 still. Or maybe we're at 9. Whatever. But not this. I'm still pissed off about it. Yes, he had to make up for that play. All right. I'm still a believer of this team is you got to get this young guy in a rhythm. And these are rhythm throws. A rhythm throw is a throw where you don't have to think about it. You don't have to read too much. You read one guy, he's not there, rip it. And when he rips it, he can rip it. That's 10 yards, y'all, on first down. If they're going to play cover 3 on first down, y'all, you got to take the flats. The flats in cover 3 are not covered. They can't be covered. Because look, how many underneath coverage guys you have? They bring 4. You only got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys to cover 6 zones. Look at what zone that those 4 underneath guys can't cover. They are almost hash to hash. The flats are not covered. So you got to fucking take it when they show it. The crap spot turned the whole game. It did. I'm on your side, JD, with that. Because if we score there, there's 2 games. The last 2 games were all about getting a lead. If we would have got a lead on Vandy, like we had the chances to, they're in trouble. I don't think people. I'm going to say this. So, as a guy who played on the defense for a team that didn't have a great offense, when we got behind, some of the players on defense started taking chances because we knew that our chance of winning without us giving the offense a short field or us scoring was highly unlikely. So if we get the 13-13 and we kick it off, and let's say we stop them, and let's say we get the 16-13, now the defense feels a little at ease. We don't have to call different plays on defense to be more aggressive. And now Florida has to now start counting possessions like I started counting possessions on Twitter. Right here, I'm counting possessions. We 2 possessions down. How many possessions can you get in the second half? Probably 4 tops. So now if you 2 possessions down to win a game, you got to score on 3 of the 4. Highly unlikely. So that's why for me, you up the tempo to maybe we can get 5 possessions if we lucky. Get 5 possessions. Now your chance of scoring 3 times is more likely. You can luck up and get 6. Now it's gravy. People laugh when you lose by 20, but here's the deal, JD. I don't think people understand how they got to that situation. If we don't throw a pick that they return to the 1 yard line, they don't score that. Like these short field scores. As a defensive player, come on. Like they scored what they scored. What did they end up scoring? Was it 48? First of all, 1 was a pick 6, so you go to 41. Then we turn the ball over on downs. Then we turn the ball over on the 1 yard line. Now, as a former defensive player, our job is to stop them. I totally get it. But damn, you expecting us to stop them over and over again? Did they score on us when they shouldn't have? They annihilated our secondary. But I also want y'all to understand. Lagway was 7 of fucking 14. If I would have told you before the game that Florida quarterback will complete 7 passes, 50% clip, you would not have said that they would have beaten us by 28 points. Right, Coach Chandler. Without blood in the water, they were now going to force the issue and take the shots. They took the shots when they had to. So cover 3. This flat is wide open, and this flat is wide open because of cover 3. You got to take advantage of it. As a former quarterback, it's hard, though, because now that I got a nickel and dime. But that's what you have to do. You got a nickel and dime, and then once they get out of it, that's when you can push the ball down the field. If only we could block this up. See, and this is the disadvantage of having slow developing plays. I want you to look at this guy pop open. Watch him pop. Why is my software glitching like this today? Look at him pop open. Look at Anderson pop open right there. If we can hold on to these blocks in the middle. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to restart this because this is totally glitching on me. If we could hold on to blocks a little bit longer, there's a shot there. There's a shot there. But shit don't work out for you all the time. There's an easy shot there. Like, the plays are there. Here's the thing. You can blame the OC all you want. And I'm going to put some blame because, like I said on Leach Show this morning, it's no rhythm, tempo to the play calling. There's no continuity from one play to the next, to the next, to the next. There's no plays setting up other plays or setting up other plays. Like I showed y'all yesterday, Florida ran zone read, gave it to running back, and allowed Childress to fold. They fold 3 times in a row. They're like, okay, that's what he's doing now. 3rd and 2, I think, they pulled it, and Lagway got 20-some plus yards. Because there was a rhyme or reason to it. They saw what he was doing. And I'm not going to lie, we did some of that too. I'll show you some plays where there was some consistencies and that. But from play to play to play, there is no consistency. There's no tempo. There's no rhythm to it. And I'm going to say, I've never been a play caller. Coach Chandler has. I think there's not a trust in personnel to be consistent with execution. They can't go with one personnel grouping for 8 plays because I don't think he trusts that those 11 guys, which are really the skill position guys, which is really 5 guys. I don't think that he believes that those 5 guys can run every play in the playbook from different spots in the formation. So here's what I want you to understand. So if I go by right now, what are they in? They're in 13 personnel. So they're in 13 personnel. There's 3 tight ends, right? So they're in formation like this. All right? Y'all see the formation. I don't know why I'm drawing it. But they're in a formation like this. I know that he don't think that they can go formation like this with the same unit I don't think he feels like he can do a formation like that. I don't think then he can do a formation where he brings let's not go that way. Let's go. I don't think he thinks he can run that. Like that's why there's a problem to me with personnel switching. And as Coach said, it leads to clunky operation because The guys can't handle the entire playbook from one personnel group. It'll be nice to go 12 personnel and run every formation and not have to sub. It'd be great to run 11 personnel and be able to run shit without subbing out. But in my opinion, he has to sub because the players cannot digest the ability to run different plays out of different formations, and they know what to do. And that becomes a problem. So for y'all, I know how we love to hear Coach speak and Coach press conferences and what he says and all this. That's fucking Coach speak. For a guy who doesn't throw his players under the bus, he's not gonna say what's really happening. You wondering why Barion Brown is not on punt return? There's a reason. I can speculate, but the reason is not because they don't want him out there, I'm sure. There's a reason why when you run a formation that certain players take themselves out of place. Because they don't know the fucking play and the fucking route to run. And like Coach Chandler said, the tight ends have to be in pass pro because the O-line isn't the greatest. So that's the issues that you deal with. I'm going to give you one more, and then I'm going to continue. All it takes is one player. All right? Let me go back to this. 2021, we had a guy named Wan'Dale Robinson. I guarantee you, Wan'Dale Robinson knew every fucking route, concept, what to do in the X, in the Z, in the I don't know what they call it, F, whatever they call it. He knew multiple positions. Know why that's an advantage? All right, if my play is designed that the number one option is the X receiver, guess who I'm going to put the X receiver? Wan'Dale. If my one read is the slot receiver, guess what I'm going to put Wan'Dale? The slot. If my number one option is the backside Z, guess what I'm going to put at the Z? Wan'Dale. Well, there's some players on this team that probably can't do that. If you have a player that can do that, you can take advantage of matchups. You can take advantage. Wan'Dale was a difference maker on that 2021 team. It's like Rondo when he played for the Lakers in the bubble. When Rondo came back, everybody was able to go back to their natural position. When Wan'Dale's in the game, you don't have to change personnel. That's why there's a Barion Brown issue. His skill set screams gadget, do it all. God, Barion Brown is not a receiver. Barion Brown is a poor man Lynn Bowden, and he's not even close to Lynn Bowden. Barion Brown is a poor man Ted Ginn Jr. You can't coach speed, but if you can't route me up, I'm not scared of you. Here's the thing. The number one fear for a corner is speed. But it's like baseball. I'm scared. I'm stressed for about the first two series. Because I got to figure out what your fastball is. Because I can see you on film. Film tells me nothing. Film just tells me your ass is fast. Right? Film says, okay, this guy's is a burner. But I don't know how fast you burning. So I get in the game. Okay, first play, got it. Shit, he's fast. Second play. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to line up a yard further back. All right. I got it. Third play. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling now. Because now, all you got is the speed. Now I got to figure out how I can play you. Now, here is the problem. Is when your ass can run by me, but then route me up. Now I'm stressed the whole fucking game. Because I don't know if you're going to run by me or you're going to run nice routes. And the problem is you run nice routes. Now I got to tackle your fucking ass in space. Barry Brown doesn't have the route up capability. So once the guys figure it out, I'm not stressed anymore. Once you figure out Coach Chandler, he can't run routes, I'm not scared anymore. Plus, he's light. So if I get my hands on you, you ain't going nowhere. All right. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, this play. So if we could have, and this is crazy how this guy is unfucking touched. If we block him, watch Kamar Anderson. They are double teaming Ferrier. There's nobody out there. So that is a great play call. It's a difference when we bust coverages, but when they bust coverages, we don't score. When we bust coverages, they score. It's unfortunate. We didn't take advantage of that. He's wide open. All right. Explain to me. Coach Chandler Predator can explain this. I don't get it. We have more than enough to block this. Why did Burton just let him go? Like, what was he thinking? Was this just bad technique? Or he let him go? Or was Cox supposed to slide to the inside and put hands on him? Because it looks like Former is ready to block that zero tech. Like, this is confused. Also, all right. So Chandler chimed in and says awful technique. Dude, that is horrible. That is god awful. If we block that guy, we got a chance. And we can't fucking block that one guy. Like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. They bring 4 and we keep in 7. They bring 4, we keep in 7. Just like Coach Chandler stated, that we got to keep our tight ends in. We max pro almost. Well, we do max pro, you really think about it. We max pro 2-man route, and we can't fucking stop immediate Let me do this. We can't stop immediate penetration. He gets there in less than 3 seconds. See, that's what I thought, Coach, is that Cox didn't help him out. Because when I saw Former step here, I'm like, Cox is supposed to step. Because then Burton, so, but hold on, Coach Chandler. But the match numbers, they got 2, and they keeping Caddis in. So why would he have to slide left when they got 2-on-1 and a guy in the 3-tech in front of him? Or is that what you're saying? Because didn't you tell me that you don't want your center to have to block 2 gaps over? That's 2 gaps. This is a clusterfuck, and I don't like it because the play was there. The play was there, and we let it fucking slide away because we couldn't block 1 down defensive lineman. Not even an elite defensive lineman that made an elite move. Just a fucking defense. Make the fucking block, man. It was a good time to call quarterback draw. It opened up to get us a 3rd and short. I was trying to say didn't even need the tight end and pro. Okay, yeah, we didn't need it, but the protection was called, right? So the play was called to Max Pro. You didn't need him, but you had him. So now, as a coordinator up in the box, you're like, it ain't no way I ain't got time to run this 2-man route. They dial up the perfect 2-man route for that coverage and got nothing out of it. Third and 2. They blitzed the linebacker, and Mincy couldn't get to him. That's just what happened. Mincy couldn't secure that gap on this linebacker blitzing. That's really what caused this play to not be successful. If he makes that block, we get the 2 yards. But that's when the perfect call against your play happens. It happens all the time. I don't know why my software is glitched. See that? If Mincy could get to that linebacker right here, if he can get there, there's a hole there. See the hole? If you eliminate that blue jersey, there's a hole there. We just couldn't get him. So now we had to pull the old 4th down play. I want y'all to remember this next play. 4th and 2. As a coordinator, you have plays that you hold on to. You have plays that you hold on to. You hold on to them for this situation. And this is hard. As I showed, when Florida was in the red zone, they ran this exact same play and we snuffed it out. When you bring a tight end from the backside and sneak them out, it's hard to see and recognize it and pick them out because it's 4th and 2. Everybody knows that you're going to run it, and they are for damn sure not going to let you run it on them. So when you sneak the tight end, watch the tight end. Once you sneak them out and they're in man, the guy who had him in man is coming to stop the run. Now he's wide open. Now, here's the difference with this. If we had a Kyle Pitts, a Brock Bowers, this is going to the house. I promise you, this is going to the house. But 1st down is good enough. However, this is my problem. 12-19. You got the 1st down. This is, in my opinion, on 4th and 2. Big pickup. You fucking go tempo. Keep these guys on the field. Tempo, tempo, tempo. I don't give a fuck what you run. 12-19, we don't snap the ball until there's 10 seconds left in the play clock. That's way too late when you're 2 possessions down. You are 2 possessions down. The clock is not your friend. We have had the ball for over 3 minutes. This ain't the time. This ain't the time. You got to score. You ain't got to go lightning fast, but you got to go with some pace. So, all right. So now we ran this play earlier. Motion Dane out, and we took the out route and got 10 yards. All right. This to me is the difference. But Coach Chandler, honestly, Dingle and Anderson are more than just tight ends. Now, Caddis has to be in line, but you can split Dingle in or Anderson out. They don't have to be in the box. I think those guys can be out, spread out. You can go backside tight end H and go front side, put Kamari in the slot and put Dane Key in the X. I think that's fine. I think you can do that. No problem. Well, you're right. Coach said they don't split them. All right. So we ran Dane on the out route. Remember how I said that Florida earlier ran it like 3 times? We ran it once, and then we want to run the out and up. And we really don't sell the out. Okay? That doesn't look like the same route. So they covered it. Here is my problem right now is that there's still time. Don't vacate the pocket. Stay in the pocket. Now, here's the problem, though. It's only a 3-man route. Stay in the pocket. So I like the way he came off of Dane Key right now. Dane Key ran the out and up. He X'd that. He's not looking at him anymore. Now he goes to 2. And I think he could have waited for Dingle to pop open there. I think you throw that ball here. Give him a chance. All right, they're in man free. Give Dingle a chance. Throw him away from the DB, and you got a chance. I don't like the escaping at the back end of the pocket, especially when there's a good pocket. You just wasted, in my opinion, a good pocket. This to me, like I said in the cut up, I was wrong. I think I'm wrong. I think this is the pass play that Brock is more comfortable with. And it's a great concept. Coach Chandler, you have to make the route look the same. Dane Key didn't make that route look the same as the route he ran earlier. Impatient. This is the route concept that Brock likes. And I actually like the levels too, honestly, because this is what happens. It's kind of a mesh concept with a dagger behind, and it's really putting this guy and this guy in conflict. They can't see behind them. So when Barry Brown comes across, guys settle, and it creates a natural void in between the deep guys and the short guys. And there's a window. And he throws a fucking dart. When this guy sets and climbs the pocket a little bit, I talk about this all the time. All right. This is the launch point now for the defensive player. He changes the launch point by climb in the pocket. He changes it. See how that defensive end almost hits that. Look at him. He almost gets to that launch point. You got to help your tackles out by changing it. He steps up and throws a dart. The ball is out of his hands. The ball is right here. And look at where, I think this is Ferrier, is on his break. He's breaking right now. But the ball is in the air. I think this is his confident throw. I think this is the throw that he likes. And I think he's comfortable throwing this ball more than he's comfortable throwing other balls. Because this is a dot, man. Here's the other good thing about it. Man, what? Here's the other great thing about it is the experience of Ferrier. I want young guys to understand this. In zone, you don't run through zones. In zone, Ferrier found the green area and stopped. A lot of guys like to run through the zone. And when you run through the zone, you can get killed or you can get hit hard. Kill is not the right word. Or the ball's thrown behind you because the quarterback expects you to sit in the window. And Fred sits in the window. Look at him. See how he settles? After he makes his break, he settles. Damn good ball, damn good route, damn good play on 3rd and 8 for a first down. With all that short stem. Oh, Coach Chandler, don't talk about releases and stems. Don't get me started. But it's so much better than it was with the last wide receiver coach. It's getting there. It's getting there. We're not building routes. We just running routes. All right, y'all. Somebody's peanut butter brings up targets. I want y'all to understand this. Targets are not dictated by the OC. Targets are dictated by the quarterback. Now, if they're running a one-man route, then the coach is telling you to throw to the only guy that's running a route. The quarterback, it's at the quarterback's discretion whom to throw to. Is there a number 1 and number 2 receiver? Sure. But the quarterback decides on the field who's he's throwing to. Even if the OC says in the communication helmet, hey, throw this one to Dane. I don't have to throw it to him. This play is scary. That's a fumble. We were fortunate it went back to Wilcox's hand. I don't like this play, and this is going to sound crazy, into the field. I don't like this into the field. They have too much talent, too much speed into the field. Was it this half? I think the first half. I like it when we run it into the boundary. Put the formation into the field, have a closed formation, and then run this to the boundary. That's me. Fair, the only guy that can go up and win a contested catch seems to me. No, Dane can win a contested catch. I don't like them running this to the field, and I don't know. With Wilcox in there, give the ball to Wilcox for speed. Barion Brown is lighting the ass, and I just don't think that's the way to go. I'm really not a fan of this quarterback. I don't know, you want to call it ISO, power. I'm just afraid of quarterback fumbling. He hasn't been in the game. But now, Everybody else has to have it perfect. Brock is not super accurate, but there ain't too many quarterbacks super accurate. He's pretty accurate. He has not thrown in this game. He did. He threw a couple bad ones, but shit, this whole weekend was just it was a bad week for quarterbacks. So we score. It's 20-27. I'm feeling better. Not feeling great because we got that fucking interception and got them to 27. It should not have been 27. I don't think it should have been 20. But I would have given them 20. But now it's 27. Now the defense. We got to find a way to get off the field. And we start great. The defensive line does a good job. But I want to show y'all something. This is what I want y'all to see. And this is the shit that bothers me. If you are an All-American, you should dominate. If you're an All-American, you should be a problem. If you're an All-American, you cannot complain about being double. If you're an All-American, when you get single, you should fucking create havoc. And I mean all the fucking time. Not just a play here or there, 2 or 3 plays a game. I'm talking about every play. When I want him to understand this. I know Stu is telling. If a GM turns the film on, if a GM turns a film on, they looking at the little things. We know if you are on our radar, we know you're going to make great plays. It's the other plays. Look at everybody else straining. Look at J.J. Weaver. Look, J.J. Weaver is on this side of formation and watch him strain to get to the ball. You know? What is Dion doing? He's just dancing with this guard. Why? Like, what is that, man? What is that? And this has become a problem this season. And I'm going to say it on my show. Is he turning to that, what year was that, 2013 or 2014 Clowney? Is he trying to protect himself? Because right there, y'all, look at everybody running to the ball. He's just standing there. That's disheartening. And I don't want to hear he's playing a lot of snaps. That's the first play of the third quarter. That's the first play come out of halftime. Offense took almost 7 minutes off the clock. And that's the first play. That's the first play after halftime. Come on, bro. Come on. You can't be a leader doing that. I'm just being honest with you. You cannot be a leader doing that. How can the other players look up to you as an example doing that? How can a GM have you be a top 5 to 10 pick doing that? This right here is going to make you a 25 to 32 pick. Now, that puts you potentially on a better team, but that's costing you millions of dollars. Come on, man. Don't do that. First play come out of halftime. Don't do that. This is the hardest thing to do because I'm going to just guess. Although I may be wrong. All right. I'm probably wrong because he looks like he's inside leverage. It looks like that foot is on that foot. So I thought he was outside, but now looking at him more, he looks inside. But he's playing like he has outside leverage. If he does, he's in trouble. But here's the thing. Once that receiver release inside, and let's say you have outside leverage, you cannot allow him to separate and create space. When he releases inside, you have to mirror his release. You cannot go backwards when he's releasing inside because you're already beat by alignment. But now when you don't mirror his release, he creates natural separation. And now it's a racing contest. And you ain't going to win that. The second thing is the hard one. Because this looks like a run to a standpoint, but it's not. This is the game I play. This is the game I played with myself when I watch film on teams before we played them. Can I guess right now if it's run or pass? Back in the day, we had the Super VHS. We had a button. You can go fast, whatever. You can, just like normal, but rewind, fast forward. I will stop it. Is that a pass or a run? Does that look like a pass or does that look like a run? This looks like a pass. These guys are hi-hats. I don't give a damn if they pulling a guard or not. And then they're going to pull that backside H. These guys' helmets are high. I'll show y'all next play, maybe the play after. Their helmets are high. This guy's in a pass set. They're passing the ball. All right? And Childress gets upfield too much right here. Here's the deal. Right now, when you know it's a pass, you have to sprint back. You cannot backpedal back. You cannot jog. You got to sprint. And then he does the whipsy do, which is bad. He's a DB. Sprint your ass back. Don't allow him to pull you up. Make him throw it there. Protect the deep route. All right? Because here's the thing. I think this is Pop. Pop is in perfect spot. He don't want to throw it now, but he sees this open spot. He's going to throw him open. If he got to the depth of Pop, this pass is either picked off or he doesn't throw it there. Watch Pop and how close he is to the completion, right? Look how close he is. He's what? 3 yards away. If Childress was there, he won't throw that. But he got sucked up by the run fake, came back, got sucked up by the arrow route, and now they had a void, and they took advantage of it. One of the almighty 7 fucking completions. 7 completions, y'all. That's a high school game. 7 completions. So now, Deion presents himself. Now, I must tell you something about this. I don't know about, let me see if I got an end zone cut. No, I don't. In my opinion, this is a little fool's goal. When an interior lineman swims over a guard, you can't live off of that technique. You cannot. In the run game, you cannot live off of a swim technique. You know why? because it opens up a fucking gap. If you swim, you better fucking make the play. And he did. But you cannot live off of that. So now we got 2nd and long. Now it's time for us to eat. Got to make that sack. You cannot run past a mobile quarterback. You cannot run. I want people to understand this. As a defensive lineman, in these games, sacks are not going to come readily because he's not a statue. You can't run past him. You got to set right there and force him to step up in the pocket and then fold back. You cannot allow him to do that. But just watch these 3 guys in the interior. Watch these guys. That's not good, man. Look at effort level, y'all. I want y'all to look. I'm gonna be a bitch about this. Look at effort level. Look at Deion's effort level. Look at Ock's effort level. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Who's the All-American? You ain't gonna even make the play, Deion. I know you're not. You had no chance of making this play against Lagway. But it's intensity. Look at J.J. Weaver. It's the want to, because you don't know what if he fumbles. Look at the other guys running. Come on, man. Third and 5, gotta get off the field. JJ, you can't run past the receiver. Can't run past the quarterback. You cannot do that. Same thing happened here. I think this is Afari this time. Afari gets sucked up on this route. He gets sucked up on this route. Make him throw that. As Coach Smith used to tell us, guys, you haven't earned the right to get off the field on 3rd and 5. Don't look at me as a defensive coordinator to bail you out. You haven't earned the right on 3rd and 5. They have the advantage on 3rd and 5. It's up to y'all to make a play. So Afari gets sucked up on the play, same way as last. Look at where Pop is. Look at the depth of Pop. Just imagine if Afari was right there. This play is more difficult to be completed. Make them continue to snap the ball. Don't give them this. This is one of the 7 completions. All big plays. All right? So now they're at the 2-yard line. It's going to be difficult, you think. But then we get tackle for loss. Now they're at the 6-yard line. 2nd down. Now we run past the quarterback with Ox, give him a running lane. We miss a tackle. This is the hardest thing. This is not easy, y'all. This is not easy. God knows this is not easy. But as a defender, you can only, as a defender, you guys have heard me say this so many times. As a defender, you have to know where you can miss a tackle. You cannot allow him to get outside of you, Fibry. You got to miss that tackle and turn him up. So therefore, right now, you close the gap. You run for this outside shoulder, and you close the gap. And when you get close to him, now you break down and force him to go back that way. If he goes back that way and he scores, that means nobody else on this team is running. Who is that run? Is that Weaver? J.J. Weaver's fucking giving. J.J. Weaver is giving something. He's trying. Look at that. It's simple. It's simple in concept. And this is how you have to play. You cannot, in high school, you can probably make this one-on-one tackle against most players because you are a better athlete than them. If you're a D1 player and you're not in one of those other D1 caliber states with other high level D1 players, you play against top notch competition every week, you are probably the best player on the team in the majority of games that you play. So you can come up here and make this tackle. But on this level, this guy was a 4 or 5 star. You were a 4 star. Y'all even, talent wise. He ain't going to allow you to make the tackle. So therefore, you come up, close the gap. You have a one. He's not going to your outside. You know how you play basketball and you force a right-handed dribbler left? You know how you get high up on his arm on that right side and you force him to have to dribble with his left hand? Same thing here. You force him to have to dribble with his left hand. Do not let him go right. Because if he has to go that way now, that gives that guy a chance to make a tackle. That's team football. That's team tackling, because it's going to take more than one guy to bring a good running back, a good runner down. This fucking guy does not get in the end zone. So now here's the crazy part about it, in my opinion. His momentum is stopped here. You remember in the first half on the other side of the field when DSK got stopped and they blow him down? This guy does not make an end zone. Why do we continue to allow them to go when he's not in the end zone? How the fuck they call that a touchdown? And y'all, I want y'all to understand. This was 3rd down. Do they go for it after we have tackled them for a loss? Do they kick a field goal to go up 2 possessions? Let's say they go for it and we stop them. Let's say they go for it and we stop them. That's a change in momentum. This play is bigger than what you think. So, this is the problem when you have to max protect. Y'all, they are max protect. This is a 2-man route. This is a 2-man route. This is a 2-man route. You are tying your offensive coordinator hand behind his back when you have to max pro. You are forcing your receivers to have to be dogs, and they are not Wan'Dale Robinson. So now you're forcing a 2-man route because you have to max pro. And they cover it up. There's nothing over. Open. They try to run an over route with Dane, and it's not there. I don't know if this is supposed to be a quarterback draw or it's supposed to be a screen. I guess it's a draw because train them blocks. I'm still trying to figure it out, but it looks like a quarterback draw the more I look at it. 3rd and 9. Now, everybody who talks about all soft defense, they bring in 6, but they playing zone behind. This is how you take advantage of when they zone blitz. You throw the ball where they're gone. So look how many guys they have in coverage, right? So you can look at us. So that's 5, 7. We got trips over here. The middle of the field is wide open because they are blitzing the 2 linebackers. And fortunate enough, we run route right to that spot. Easy pitch and catch. Florida gave that to us. That's the disadvantage of just leaving open voids when you play man. I mean, when you blitz and when you zone blitz, you don't have enough guys in coverage. Now, I really don't mind this play because you when you're down 2 scores, you're gonna have to take a deep shot. I'm not sure you take a deep shot to Berrien. I think you take a deep shot to somebody else whom they potentially don't respect as a deep route runner. They know he's gonna go deep, and they're gonna put extra guys over him. Um, I think you gotta throw it to Dane or Macklin or Ferrier. This is a good job. I would like for Brock to step up in the pocket because right here, as I said earlier, he set his launch point and didn't help Cox out at all. He didn't help him out at all. Got to step up in the pocket. Great job of extending that play. That was great. This to me is probably one of his best progression. He wants, in my opinion, which is a great route concept because this is hard. This is a bitch from a defensive player standpoint. That's too bad that they can't put more routes in. They run him off and bring the wheel route from the backside tight end. The unfortunate part is there's no one else to grab the attention of that guy because he's got somebody over the top. Watch. He has somebody over the top, so now he sees the tight end. But Brock goes, that's not open, goes immediate to this. That's progress, in my opinion. That is progress in his processor being a little faster and giving his running back more time to make a play. This play hurts. This play hurts because I think that's Rodriguez. If he can hold that block, if he can hold that block, if he can hold this block, the cavalry is coming. Watch how there's a wall created right there. He's in man. This is the only other guy, and DSK is hopefully able to block him. Just watch. You miss one block, and you get a tackle. It's not just a play that's like only a 2-yard play. He's a tackle for loss. Look at that, y'all. There's hats on a hat. If he's able to get his ass out here, it's scary. It's scary. So, for all the stuff I can say about Bush and the rhythm, plays are there. We're just not fucking finishing them. 2nd and 14. As a DB, I hated blood concepts with the backside drag because this guy's going to be open 99.9% of the time. As a quarterback, I loved it because I'm looking at the corner clear out. If he's going deep, that's over. Now I'm looking at this guy. If he's expanding, I'm going straight to that. I don't like throwing that short one. That is one I'm throwing at the last minute after I've checked 1, 2, then I'll come dump it off to my safety valve last. This is hard for a defense to be able to cover this flood route with that backside drag. That's extremely difficult. The bad part about it is he throws it this time, but there's a play later in the game where he doesn't throw it. And the question will be, did he throw it that time because of Dane? Did he not throw it the next time because it was Dingle? Okay, y'all, here's another situation. As this is another one, Coach Chandler. Now I see what you're saying. You don't want the center to have to block this guy that's in a 3-tech. I get it. Remember the play on 4th and 2 where we sift this guy here. We got a bead on their defense. We think we can pull it again. If we can block this guy, he would catch it on the 20. Would he score? We can block that guy. Look at Caddis. Look at these two guys who are guarding Barry and Brown. All right. So I won't just show it to you right now. Look at it. Look at it. Caddis is wide open. All right. As a quarterback, if you know you are trying to throw this backside thing right now, and that's a bad chip by Chip. That's a bad chip by Trainum too, is you want to throw backside. Why not climb the pocket to give yourself a little time to look at that? Because he did not have to keep coming this way. He could have climbed the pocket. There's no one else there and gave that a shot. Just watch. He climbed the pocket a little bit right there. Just climb it. Go that way. Dude, it is butt naked open. So, again, the plays are there. Fuck. The play is there. They're in man, and he's uncovered. Second and 10, we get the 3rd and 6. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. I don't like that call. I've said it since week 1 or 2. I don't like Barry and Brown on jet sweeps. Now, I understand the thought process. They are looking at them playing man and running the man-to-man off and maybe rubbing a guy and having him come out on a swing route and potentially having him in a one-on-one situation and man, and that's not what happened, and that guy makes a great play. I still don't like the play, but I understand the play. Execution, execution, execution. Now, defense, you got to make a stop here. You have to make a stop. 2 possessions down, 9 minutes left to go in the game. You have to make a stop. And we make a stop. So now, you did what you're supposed to do. Offense now is up to you. You got to score. You turned the ball over on downs. Now you have to score. Like I said, this route right here should have been repeated a lot more. Where did I go? This play right here, motion, Dane over. Keep running this out route till you see him jump it. Keep running it until he jumps it. Keep running it until he jumps it. That's a great play by them. DB one on one. Can't fault that one. Gotta get that block, man. We just gotta be able to get that block. Because if you be able to get that block, I know it's out in space. he gets more yards because he wouldn't be slowed down there, and he wouldn't have went to the sideline. He would have cut it up. He would have cut it up right here, and now he has the whole field at his disposal. He gets he's restricted by the 12th man, the sideline. Okay, now we move, y'all. We need points. We need a touchdown. This same route concept, except now the backside drag on this flood route is the tight end. And he's butt naked open. You got to get it to him. Got to get it to him. That's not open. So the plays are there. We're just not executing. Just like here. Why doesn't he throw the ball over the center right there? You got a guy right there. There are guys open. Why doesn't he throw it? I don't know. What does he see that makes him not throw it? That guy flash. Sometimes you got to eat it. You got to eat that hit. Stay in the pocket, deliver the ball. So now instead of being 3rd and probably 2 or 3, now we are 3rd and long. The plays are there. We just not making them. The plays are there. We just not making them. Even this one. Y'all can say Dane Key and Barry Brown's not a game. He's open. He's open. You just threw him into the DB. They made a great play. Now it's ball game. Now it's ball game. Now it's can the defense rally and not let them score again. Because unless you get a turnover, with the way the offense is running, it's ball game. So now we got them in 3rd and 8. We play man-to-man, and they make another one of these back-breaking throws. And then it's over now. Because even if they don't score, they go up 37, they go up 3 possessions with X amount of time, it's over. So I understand that the end score says 48-20. I totally get it. And I totally get the Fellowship of the Miserable being down and saying, oh, that was a blowout. I get that too. When you watch the game with intent, we had our chances, we just didn't make the most of it. There were plays out there to be made. We didn't make those plays. That's why, for me, even with, as Rick Smith used to tell us, I'm going to put you in bad situations. I'm not going to make the perfect call. The call does not matter as long as everybody is running the same call and no one is short-circuiting. We will be all right. They will make a play. They're going to get some yards, but we're going to make them keep snapping the ball. That's what we were taught on defense. Make them keep snapping the ball. I'm going to put you in a bad situation. You know that. Compete your ass off. Do your job, and we will be okay. There were plays on offense that could have been made. I just showed you a litany of guys who were open. We didn't make the play. It's simple as that. Florida completed 7 fucking passes. All 7 of them except one were big down plays. That's the difference. A play here, a play there. We don't know what the outcome would be. If it's 13-13, we don't know what the outcome would be. We just don't. If you believe that 48-20 would have been the outcome, or 41-27 would have been the outcome, that's not how football works. That's not how momentum works. That's not how young men starting to feel a little confidence work. If we tie them up 13-13, the complexion of the game is different. I've been in games like that before. I've been in games where the game is a certain way, then one thing happens, like, fuck, here we go again, guys. You can go back to 1996 Louisville game, first half. I think both teams had a combined 3 first downs in the first half. We had a scoop and score fumble and an interception, pick six, that's just turned the whole game. Momentum is a real thing. In these last 2 games, we could never jump. We could never take the lead on Vandy of Florida. It sucks. This team is better than this. This team is better than this. Unfortunately, they don't show it on Saturdays. They just don't show it on Saturdays. These last 2 Saturdays. That's what you deal with when you're dealing with young men. Then you have other issues that are not being corrected. You don't have peers who are holding each other accountable. Because I'm sorry, Deion isn't the reason why we lost. But if you are the dude, you got to be the dude. I can't pull out film and show your ass loafing. You can't loaf. You 6'6", whatever, 6'6", 340, whatever you are easily identifiable wearing the number 0. You just can't do it. JD, you still here? You can't do it. You can't do it. Right, Coach Chandler, you gotta be him all the time. And if that requires you, here's the thing, with the depth that we have at your position, you don't have to be on the field every play. If you empty your tank every 4 plays, tap yourself out, go to the sideline, refuel, and come back in. Pop can't be the dude, Patrick, because Pop hasn't been here long enough. I'm sorry. And this is coming from a former player. Pop has some credibility because he played on the national championship team. But your ass ain't coming to my locker room and taking over my locker room. I'm just sorry. Now, it's a little different when you're the quarterback because a quarterback touches the ball all the time. He calls the plays. He's kind of like an instant leader because he is the maestro of the unit. On defense, you ain't coming into my defensive room and taking over my team. I'm just being honest. Now, maybe that's me. I'm not an alpha, but I feel like I'm a leader. You ain't going to take over my spot of being a leader. I'm sorry. But you can't exhibit things on film that you can't give a reasoning why. And there's no reason why for you not to go all out every play, especially when you got guys next to you that are running past your ass. It's no problem with Afari running past your ass because he's faster, but you still giving it your all. It's something for you to just stop and people run past you. The DBs suck. Every fucking one. There was not one guy in the back half that I can say, ooh, yes. Not one. I will name them out. Well, Terry Nichols played a pretty good game, but then he got beat. From Waller to JQ, Ty Bryant, to Lovett, to Childress, y'all all did not play y'all best game. And no capacity. I will say, I'm going to strike that. gonna strike that. Lovett played a pretty good first half. In the box, filling gaps and tackling. When your worst leaders are your best players, you got to pick from. Damn, Coach Chandler, that's it. So, unfortunately, it's hard to fix these issues. Kind of like I said on Morning Mortar Quarterback with Leach this morning is we have a cavity. You can put a filling in there. You can root canal it. You can try everything to try to save that too, but sometimes you just got to pull that bitch out. And unfortunately, I think we have to pull some teeth out. If you know, you know. All right, y'all. I don't feel good. I don't feel better. I feel here's what I do. I feel bad for y'all because they got another home game against a team that is struggling like us. What kind of performance are they going to put out at home? I don't know. And unfortunately, I'm the asshole that has to ask y'all, please come out and support these young men. With that being said, I will understand if y'all don't. But in order to have a good fan base, you have to support your team through the good and the bad. And right now it's bad, but you gotta still support these young men. It doesn't work the other way. I promise you, it doesn't work the other way. Show these young men what BBN is about. And I hope that they can cherish the moments that y'all are giving them and give y'all good product on Saturday. I can't promise it, but I hope that they can repay y'all this season for y'all support because it's been real. All right, hopefully next week this can be a better, more lively 2 days of broadcast. Thank y'all for showing up, especially for this game. I appreciate y'all. I'm good, Coach Chandler. I'm glad you would be there. I'm glad y'all are keep supporting me. Like, comment, subscribe. Like I said earlier, it's better to have fans with expectations of better than to have it the other way, because I've been on the other side. So thank y'all. Hopefully, like I said, I see y'all on the better side next week. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Not weekend. Shit. Good rest of your week. And I'll see y'all next Sunday. Out.
1:16 left to play in the game. Quarterback drops